The bar fell silent the moment the glass shattered. Every head turned. The waitress, barely 21, trembling, her shirt torn by a drunk stranger, stood frozen in shock. And then, before anyone could even blink, a chair screeched across the floor. A tall man covered in tattoos, leather jacket marked with Hell's Angels, rose slowly from the corner booth. He cracked his knuckles, looked at the man who just hurt the girl, and said in a low, deadly voice, "You picked the wrong bar tonight, son, and the wrong girl." The clock above the counter blinked past midnight, its red digits casting faint light across the bar. Lucy had been working double shifts for weeks, saving every penny for her younger brother's college tuition. She was the kind of girl who smiled through exhaustion, who always said, "It's fine," even when life wasn't. The old bar in Reno, Nevada wasn't the safest place, but it was all she had. The bikers who often came in weren't bad people. Rough on the outside, yes, but most treated her with respect. Until that night, the man who walked in wasn't from around there. Tall, mean eyes, drunk beyond control. His laughter cut through the music like a knife. He called Lucy over for another drink, slurred words barely making sense. She kept calm like she always did, trying to serve and move away quietly. But he grabbed her wrist. Then, without warning, ripped the top button of her shirt and sneered, "Let's see who can save you now." For a moment, Lucy froze. Time itself seemed to stop. Her eyes darted across the bar, but everyone had gone silent. The man smirked, thinking no one would dare step in. But he hadn't seen the group sitting in the shadowed corner for men in black leather, their jackets marked with flaming skulls and red wings, Hell's Angels. The tallest one, Ryder, had been watching Lucy for months. Not in a creepy way, but like a big brother quietly looking out for someone who reminded him of a past he regretted. He rose slowly. His boots echoed like thunder. The other bikers followed. The entire bar held its breath. "You just made the worst mistake of your life," Ryder said, his voice low and calm. The drunk man laughed. "What are you going to do, old man?" Ryder's fist answered. One swing, one crash. The man hit the floor so hard even the jukebox stuttered silent. Lucy gasped. Tears welled in her eyes, not just from fear, but from the shock of someone finally standing up for her. Ryder knelt beside her, handed her his jacket, and said softly, "Nobody touches you like that again. Not while I'm breathing." The police came minutes later. Ryder didn't resist when they questioned him. He told them the truth. The cameras had seen everything. But that night changed something inside Lucy. Something she didn't know needed saving that a week later, Lucy showed up at the Hell's Angels garage with a paper bag and shaky hands. Inside was a homemade pie. Ryder laughed when he saw her. "You didn't have to do that, kid," but she insisted. "I wanted to thank you. Not just for what you did, but for reminding me I'm not invisible." The men shared a quiet smile. For them, the world had judged them as monsters, criminals with tattoos, outlaws with no hearts. But that night, they were protectors, guardians of a girl who needed strength when hers had run out. Over time, Lucy became family to the club. They called her Lil Angel. She brought light into a dark place, organizing charity drives, feeding homeless veterans, helping the bikers find purpose beyond their old chaos. And Ryder, he found redemption in her kindness. The man who once lived by rage learned to live by reason. The tattoos on his arms, each one marking a mistake, started to mean something different. Survival, second chances, loyalty. Months later, the same man who had attacked Lucy came back to town after his release. Everyone expected violence again, but this time, Lucy stepped forward first. Calm, brave, steady. "You don't scare me anymore," she said, "because real men protect, and real strength forgives." The man couldn't meet her eyes. He just turned and walked away. Ryder stood behind her, proud but silent. He didn't need to speak. He knew she had already won the hardest fight, the one inside herself. As the sun set over the Nevada desert, Lucy looked at the row of motorcycles gleaming under the fading light and smiled. "You saved me once, Ryder," she said quietly. "Nah," he replied. "You saved us. Sometimes heroes wear leather and scars instead of capes." Sometimes the people society fears the most are the ones who still believe in doing what's right. And sometimes, the moment someone tries to break you is the same moment you finally discover your strength.